The mining outpost on Varco 7 wasn't supposed to be anyone's salvation. It was a desolate rock where humans extracted rare minerals from frozen ground, where temperatures plummeted to -60 during the long nights. Jack Morrison, the foreman, had seen 3 brutal winters here, and he'd learned that survival meant keeping the compound sealed tight and trusting no one outside the walls. That's why he initially refused when the wolf creatures appeared at the southern gate. Anna Chen, the outpost's xenobiologist, watched through the security monitors as the family huddled against the reinforced doors. There were 4 of them, 2 adults and 2 cubs, their fur matted with ice, their breath forming desperate clouds in the toxic atmosphere. The Varkari, as the local species was called, typically avoided human settlements. They were proud, territorial, and dangerous when cornered. "Jack, they'll die out there," Anna said, her fingers hovering over the intercom. "The storm's getting worse." Jack stood beside her, his weathered face reflecting the blue glow of the monitors. His jaw was set, but his eyes betrayed something softer. "And if we let them in, they could kill us all." "You've read the reports, Anna. The Varkari aren't exactly friendly." "They're pleading," she insisted, pointing at the screen. The larger male had dropped to his knees, or what passed for knees on his digitigrade legs, his clawed hands pressed together in a gesture that transcended species. The female held both cubs close, her elongated snout tilted upward toward the camera, golden eyes reflecting pure desperation. The wind outside howled like a living thing, carrying sheets of crystallized methane that could strip flesh from bone. Jack had seen what these storms could do. He'd lost 2 workers in his first year because they'd been caught outside for just 7 minutes. "Protocol says," he began. "Protocol says we assess threats and make judgment calls," Anna interrupted. "Look at them, Jack, really look," he did. The male Varkari's shoulders shook, not from cold but from what could only be described as sobbing. The cubs weren't moving much anymore, their small bodies already succumbing to hypothermia. Jack's hand moved to the gate controls before his mind caught up with his heart. "Get medical to the airlock, now!" The gate began its slow cycle open and Jack activated the compound-wide intercom. "All personnel, we have incoming aliens. This is not a drill. Security to airlock 3 with non-lethal countermeasures. Medical team on standby." Anna was already running. By the time Jack reached the airlock, the Varkari family had stumbled inside the outer chamber. Through the reinforced glass, he could see them clearly now. The male stood nearly 7 feet tall, his lupine features both alien and strangely familiar. The female was slightly smaller, her fur a lighter shade of gray. The cubs couldn't have been more than equivalent to human 5-year-olds. "Beginning atmosphere transition," the automated system announced. The Varkari atmosphere was methane-based, toxic to humans. The airlock's complex filters would gradually shift the environment to something both species could temporarily tolerate. "Sir?" Security Chief Rodriguez appeared at Jack's shoulder, pulse rifle at the ready. "Are you sure about this?" "No," Jack admitted, "but we're doing it anyway." The process took 8 agonizing minutes. Anna arrived with the medical team, carrying emergency thermal blankets and portable heaters designed for cross-species use. When the inner door finally opened, the Varkari family didn't attack. They didn't even stand. The male looked up at Jack with eyes that held intelligence, fear, and unmistakable gratitude. He spoke in his native language, a series of growls and barks that the outpost's translator struggled to parse. "Shelter, thank... Cubs dying. No choice but... human kindness." Anna knelt beside the cubs first, her medical scanner humming. "Severe hypothermia, but they'll live if we act fast." She began wrapping them in thermal blankets, and the mother, despite her obvious weakness, watched every movement with alert suspicion. "It's okay," Anna said softly, making eye contact. "We're helping. You're safe." Over the next few hours, something remarkable happened in that small medical bay. Jack brought heated protein supplements that the outpost's computer suggested might be compatible with Varkari biology. The male, who Anna learned was named Sherrick, explained through the improving translation software that their clan had been driven from their territory by a rival pack. The storm had caught them in the open, far from any natural shelter. "Why come to us?" Jack asked, genuinely curious. "Your people hate humans. We've had 3 raids on supply convoys this year alone." Sherrick's ears flattened against his skull. "Yes, many Varkari see humans as invaders, weak because you need machines to survive our world. He paused, looking at his cubs who were finally regaining color in their extremities. But Sherrick knows something others do not. Sherrick has watched humans. You are not weak. You survive where you should not. You build where nothing should exist, and now, you save those who should be enemies. The female Mira spoke for the first time. Cubs would be dead. We would be dead. In Varkari culture, life debt is sacred. We owe humans. Owe you. 3 days later, when the storm finally broke, Jack stood with Sherrick at the outer gate. The Varkari family was departing, but something fundamental had shifted. You know the raids will continue, Jack said. Most of your people still see us as a threat. Sherrick nodded his massive head. Yes, but some minds can change. Sherrick will speak to clan elders. We'll tell of human Jack who chose mercy over safety, of human Anna who healed without hesitation. He placed a clawed hand on Jack's shoulder, a gesture that made Rodriguez tense nearby. Cannot promise peace, but can promise. Some will listen. Some will remember that when Sherrick's family was freezing, humans opened their doors. As the family disappeared into the icy wasteland, Anna joined Jack at the gate. Think it'll make a difference? Jack watched until they were just dark shapes against the snow. Maybe, maybe not. But that male knew we could have left them to die. He'll remember that we didn't. And sometimes, Anna, that's how change starts, one act of stupid compassion at a time. She smiled. Stupid compassion. Is that what we're calling it? What else would you call risking 47 human lives for 4 aliens? Human, Anna said simply. I'd call it human. Jack couldn't argue with that.